Drop the hay bale and put your hands where I can see them. That was the first thing I heard that morning. Before coffee, before breakfast, before I'd even had a chance to scratch my beard or feed the chickens. I was mid-squat, holding a 40-pound bundle of alfalfa, when I turned and found myself face-to-face with the business end of a fluorescent pink taser. It was wielded by a middle-aged woman in pearls, a sun hat, and a scowl that could sour milk. Flanking her was a man who looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, standing ankle-deep in goat poop with a clipboard clutched to his chest. You are in direct violation of Homeowners Association Regulation 42B, unauthorized livestock with aggressive tendencies. She declared with the authority of someone leading a federal sting operation instead of harassing a man on his own land. I blinked. Ma'am, this isn't a subdivision. This is a ranch. And you're standing in goat shit. She cut me off. You're under citizen's arrest. You ever have one of those moments where reality detaches and floats above your body like a fever dream? That was me, watching Karen, self-declared HOA president of a neighborhood 50 miles away, try to zip-tie my wrists with dollar store restraints while my goat, Sassy, chewed on the hem of her sundress. The man beside her, Ronald, was sweating like he was in a sauna. He has a non-compliant tractor, Karen. And that scarecrow is a safety hazard, he muttered. Let me back up. I've owned this ranch for 15 years. I came out here for peace, quiet, and the occasional 3 a.m. goat scream. The last thing I expected was to be raided by a rogue HOA acting like they were running a suburban militia. Turns out, some development 40 minutes east decided they were expanding and, through a suspicious stack of probably forged paperwork, claimed my ranch as part of their beautification initiative. I told her, as politely as one can with a goat chewing on a trespasser, to get off my land before I called the law. She smirked. I am the law. Then she turned to Ronald. Show him the map. Ronald handed over a color-coded monstrosity that looked like a toddler attacked it with highlighters. As you can see, Karen said, your property now falls under our jurisdiction due to proximity to Scenic Meadows Phase 3. Karen, Scenic Meadows isn't even on the same power grid. She didn't care. When I took a step forward, she raised the taser. One more step, and I will neutralize. That's when Sassy had enough. With a mighty bleat, she launched herself off the porch straight into Ronald. He hit the ground like a felled tree. The clipboard landed in the mud. Karen screamed. I laughed. I called Deputy Hank. Hey Hank, might want to swing by? Got a situation involving zip ties, a taser, and an illegal HOA invasion. There was a pause. Karen again? Worse, I said. She brought paperwork. Karen was pacing like a general preparing for battle. This is your final warning. Remove the unauthorized fencing, relocate the goats to an HOA-approved enclosure, and replace your scarecrow with a compliant model. Lady, that scarecrow's wearing my jeans and a cowboy hat. He's family. She started filming. This is going on the HOA Facebook page. When Hank arrived, she flagged him down. Arrest this man immediately. Hank leaned on his cruiser. What's Sassy accused of this time? Karen produced a stack of papers, most of them upside down. This clearly grants me full authority under Clause 12, sub-OC. Hank thumbed through them. Ma'am, this is a takeout menu and a birthday invite for a kid named Trevor. Ronald groaned from the trough. Sassy bleated proudly. Want me to charge her with trespassing? Hank asked. Let the goats handle it. But keep Trevor's invite. That party sounds lit. Karen dragged Ronald to the minivan and left. But I knew she'd be back. By noon the next day, the quiet returned, until I heard tires on gravel. 3 sheriff vehicles and a 4-wheeler were barreling down the road. And there she was again. Karen, in a red sash that read, HOA Regional Commander. That's him, she shouted. He assaulted me with livestock. Hank sighed. Karen, this isn't your jurisdiction. Karen raised another paper. This is a revised HOA map. It includes all land within 5 miles of anyone subscribed to our newsletter. I stared. So because my neighbor clicked on an email about hedge trimming, you think you own my ranch? Ronald handed her a laminated paper. Final notice, Karen declared. Remove all goats, reduce scarecrow aggression, and replace your mailbox. Hank looked at it. This is a Chick-fil-A coupon. One of the younger deputies whispered. Is this for real? Hank didn't blink. As real as a unicorn in a pawn shop. Karen invoked something she called Article 7, Stand Your Lawn. What the hell is that? Hank asked. Karen said it was the HOA's right to protect against hostile architecture, rogue livestock, and excessive porch decor. As if on cue, my wind chimes made of horseshoes clanged in the breeze. See? She yelled. Hostile decor. Sassy struck again. Karen landed flat on her back, with Sassy proudly standing atop her clipboard. Hank helped her up. Last warning, ma'am, Hank said. Leave, or we file charges. Karen didn't respond. She climbed onto the van roof and declared, We are staging a peaceful protest against goat tyranny. Ronald brought out signs like mow lawns, not freedom, and make scarecrows friendly again. Hank set up cones around them. To make this official, they called it a beautification HQ. Had tents, tiki torches, and badges. Karen labeled me a high-risk, non-compliant unit. They started surprise audits, measuring grass height, rating flower pots. Then came the surveillance van, a teen live streaming for HOA TikTok. By sunrise, they'd erected a white picket fence and signs like future site of HOA welcome fountain. Sassy peed on it. That's when I launched Operation Goat Rebellion. A slow-motion video of Sassy kicking over signs went viral. Protesters arrived. News stations. Even a marching band. Karen declared it a suburban PR disaster. Court followed. In a small county courtroom, Karen accused me of visual aggression and goat-based warfare. Her slideshow was elaborate. The judge was not amused. I presented my deed, zoning paperwork, and viral videos. Sassy wore an emotional support vest. The judge ruled in my favor. No HOA authority. No jurisdiction. No more harassment. Outside, reporters swarmed. Karen shouted, This isn't over. Ronald quietly left his blazer on the bench. Peace returned. The HOA signs vanished. A new one went up. Welcome to Goatia. No HOA beyond this point. Sassy became a symbol. Even got a barbecue dish named after her. Ronald came back. She kicked me out. Said I lacked commitment to the cause. I let him stay. He fed goats. Fixed fences. Strummed guitar. The county passed a new ordinance, this Sassy clause, making off-jurisdiction HOA enforcement illegal. Karen, last I heard, was working at a bakery 2 towns over. Still carried a clipboard. And me? I finally had my peace. The goats grazed. The porch swing swayed. And then, Sassy stood suddenly, tail twitching, eyes fixed on the road. I followed her gaze. A van approached. Clipboard snapped open in the distance. I took a sip of tea. Here we go again.